boyfriend messages other girls. A few months ago I had a good friend, but we're not friends anymore. Not because of this. My boyfriend would text her late at night asking to hang out. One time he asked how dark she was and asked for pictures. And mentioned something about a dildo. He admitted that he shouldn't have done that and it was a mistake and wouldn't happen again. Blah blah blah. Find out last night at 2 a.m. when he was staying at his parents' house and not at home with me that he messaged a girl asking her if her boobs were fake or real. I don't know what to do at this point. He doesn't know I know. Last time this happened and I showed him the screenshots, he got mad at me. How do I start a conversation? How should I act when I get home from work? Ignore him and go to bed. Tell him I know. How should I do this? Or should I break up with him? Why is breaking up not your plan? You have a gorgeous cat and kick-ass taste in books and candles. All he has is the lack of respect to be asking about other chicks' boobs. He's garbage. Drop him. Next. What should you do? Break up with him. He doesn't know how to treat you with the respect you deserve from a partner. Your boyfriend doesn't like you very much and is actively looking to cheat. He's also comfortable disrespecting other women. You can't change how he treats you. Figure out what you need to do to get situated without him. Financially. And do that. Don't beat a dead horse with him. He knows the difference between right and wrong and doesn't care. You appear to not be fine with this behavior. He appears to not care that you are not fine with it. What are you going to talk about? Either you put up with it or you don't. Based on your comments, you are being niave and he's taking advantage of that. He's cheating on you. He doesn't care about you. You guys are not equals. Based on your comments, it's not your house. It's his. He can get away with being mad at you for it because you refuse to leave. Sorry, I know it sucks, but this relationship should probably be done. Unless you like being with an unloyal partner. It's not far-fetched to assume he's either sexting others or straight up physically cheating on you. For the streets. Get rid of him. He shouldn't be talking to girls about dildos. Or asking about their boobs. The fact that he got mad at you shows he knows what he did was wrong but thinks he can easily manipulate you. And apparently he's right. Just move on. Is there some reason you think you can't do better? A respectful boyfriend, you got their thumbs up, medium light skin tone. I suggest you taking the most of your money you can. And just leave. You deserve better. If you are financially invested, I would take steps towards getting to a place where you can leave. I wouldn't fight with him about his inappropriate messaging other girls. He isn't likely to change. And this is something that you are going to have to accept if you choose to stay with him. Get the car in your name. Have you invested in the house? If not, don't do it. If so, either find a way to get that money back or get your name on the house as well. Are you working? Save up money with the intended plan to leave. As soon as you can afford to do so, leave. Arrange for a family friend or other friend to keep your cat for you at their house until you can afford a place where you can have your cat. Or, get your own place and get an emotional support animal letter from your doctor so you can keep your cat and not be discriminated against with housing. You cannot have a healthy relationship with someone who refuses to respect your boundaries. The way he turned it around on you and acted as if you had done something wrong by confronting him for sending inappropriate texts to other women is also a tactic emotional abusers use. They violate your boundary and then act as if the real problem is how you confronted them about violating your boundary. It's a neat trick and puts you on the defensive. So suddenly the conversation is about what you did and he avoids accountability for his actions. He is disrespecting and manipulating you. People who act this way only get worse with time. They start with small boundary violations. So you acclimate to be treated as if you have no right to expect loyalty, honesty, and kindness, and especially not to complain about mistreatment. There is nothing you can do to fix this. He isn't the amazing and caring guy you fell for. Now that you've moved in and you're dependent on him for transport, he is taking off the mask in, showing you that he will do whatever he likes no matter how you feel about it. Don't stay with someone who doesn't respect your boundaries. Dump his ass. Yes, you should break up, and I'm judging you slightly for questioning if you should stay with a creep that sexually harassed other women, let alone while having a girlfriend. Sorry to hear that. Looking through your previous posts, if this is still the guy who turned you down every time you wanted something sexual with him, girl, you can do so much better. It may be hard indeed to break up with someone with whom you've spent so many time and probably had plans on living. It will take some time to recover and get on track again, but in the end you'll be happier and will find a person who will value and who will love you for real. You're still young, and as I see it, he doesn't deserve you at all. Live your life and be happy, girl. Don't be stuck in some BS relationships with some guy who doesn't even appreciate you. Sending you hugs less than 3. How do you start the conversation? You start by saying you are leaving because he doesn't respect women or you, and that you won't accept his gaslighting or immature behavior anymore. You deserve someone who can respect you. Don't settle for less. I have been in this exact situation twice. The first guy shrugged his shoulders each time I caught him, laughed it off, and said, "As long as I'm only sleeping with you, that's all that matters." I dumped him. 2 years later, I met guy number 2. He seemed like the sweetest, most sincere person in the world, and I was astounded when I figured out he was messaging girls, had a porn addiction. His reaction when I found out? He broke down. He started crying. He said he felt like a sick, twisted human being and called himself a terrible person. He said he had an addiction and that he wanted help. That man, who is now my husband, got rid of his laptop and we now only have one shared computer. Neither of us has a password on our phones. He goes to a support group for recovering pornography, sex addicts. My husband is not the same man he used to be. Ask yourself this. Does your boyfriend want to change? Is he guy number 1 or guy number 2? And if he does seem like guy number 2, is he honestly putting in the effort? There were times when guy number 1 said he wanted to change, but he never went to any addiction meetings and constantly hid his phone from me. He said he wanted to change, but he was lying. Guy number 1 wanted to have his cake and eat it too. Everybody makes mistakes, I do too. I am a former chatterbait cam girl, but I didn't like who I was when I saw myself in the mirror, and I wanted to change. The same with my husband. Before you decide to give this guy a chance, ask if he is guy number 1 or guy number 2. Does he want to change? Or does want to live for himself and be a selfish jerk? Pay close attention and decide. Hope this advice helps. Just break up with him. He doesn't respect you, or them. He certainly doesn't respect your relationship. Why argue over it? You break up with him. You learn to raise your standards and not tolerate men who put other women before you. You deserve better than that.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.